All right, what's the deal, everybody? It's your boy Buff Ass Jabbar. I haven't really been putting out a lot of content lately because I'm dealing with some shoulder injuries, so I'm not really working out. So that's kind of obviously affecting the content that I can put out. But in the meantime, I have been scrolling through comments to give you guys answers to some of the questions that you've been asking. Anything I seen more than twice, I took note of it, and I'm going to answer it right now. I figure if more than 2 people got the same question, then there's probably a lot more who are asking or like who want to ask the question but just haven't. Also, I'm not really comfortable talking into the camera because my lens is over here, but I can see myself right here. So I'm trying to look at myself talk. So if it looks like I'm looking away from the camera, that's the reason why, but whatever. All right, let's jump into it. Question number one. What's question number one?
What does your diet consist of?
So my diet. My diet personally is I eat what I want whenever the freak I want and however much of it I want. I don't put limitations on myself. I'm not a professional bodybuilder, so I don't need to be as strict with my diet. Now, that being said, I generally eat clean anyway. I don't have a lot of crazy like cravings, so when I do have those cravings, I indulge. Recently I bought myself a pecan pie. I'm going to eat the whole pie. I've been eating slices of pie every night. But like I said, once the pecan pie is gone, that will probably satisfy my need for sweets for a good 4 or 5 months. So until you got that kind of discipline, you want to follow a plan. So meal one for breakfast this morning, I had this stuff. It's basically eggs, ground beef, and rice. What I do with this, if I'm in a rush, I'll just eat it like that. But I usually like to wrap it up in a burrito, throw some cheese and some salsa with that. I like to eat 2 burritos and a bowl of oatmeal. And that's going to be meal one and breakfast for the next week. Meals 2, 3, and 4 are going to be the same exact meal. Fortunately for me, I don't have a need to keep switching up my diet. I'm perfectly cool with eating the same stuff all the time. So this is going to be meals 2, 3, and 4. It's ground beef, rice, and broccoli. Or it doesn't have to be broccoli, any green vegetable, but broccoli is what I have. And to kind of add a little bit of flavor, teriyaki sauce. I love this stuff. Get it from Walmart. I don't really remember how much it costs, but it's bomb. I don't have any fish meals on hand right now, but I usually like to let my last meal be fish and just a green vegetable. Usually fish and asparagus is kind of like my favorite end of the day meal, but I don't have any of those made up already. This is kind of similar to meals 2, 3, and 4. It's just instead of ground beef, I got actual hamburger patties. No bread. I won't be making burgers with this. I'm just going to eat the patties how they are. I'll probably still put teriyaki sauce on the rice though. And that's it, man. Keep it simple. 2 whole fruits a day. My fruits of choice happen to be apples and bananas. Because I usually throw the bananas into my protein shake, and I'm going to take 2 shakes a day. So a pre-workout shake and a post-workout shake. And that's it, man. Try to drink a gallon of water a day, and just, don't make your diet miserable. If you have to eat some junk, eat it. You know what I mean? Make it up in the gym. As long as you don't make a habit of eating junk, you should be fine. All right, what we got? What's number 2?
How do you deal with elbow pain? I have golfer's elbow. Do you warm up and cool down?
All right, so look, man, I'm getting old. I'm 33 years old. So I warm up now. When I was younger, I used to just jump into a workout, but that's not working out for me no more. So, yeah, whatever it is that you're doing, man, you might want to do like some jumping jacks. to start every workout, and that's just to get your entire body temperature. You want that to be, you know, a little bit higher, and then you want to do some more specific stuff. I don't really do a lot of stretching, but I do warming up. So if I'm gonna be working my chest, I'll probably do arm circles and, you know, kind of just move the shoulders around. If I'm doing legs, I'll probably do some squats or something, like, you know, 5-10 squats, but do that for like 4 or 5 sets just to kind of get everything going. But elbow pain is annoying, and unfortunately, my recommendation for elbow pain is don't do anything for like 30 days, bro. And I know if you really into your fitness, you hate hearing that. I hated hearing it, but it's probably the best thing for golfer's elbow. The same thing with your wrists and your shoulders. When you get pain in those areas, if it's a sharp pain, then you really shouldn't be doing anything. If it's just a soreness that you get like the next day, you might want to limit your reps. I wouldn't recommend that you stop completely, but, you know, limit your reps until you feel better. But yeah, with golfer's elbow, bro, you want to just kind of leave that whole area alone and focus on your legs, focus on other areas of your body that don't require you to use your elbows like that. What we got for number 3?
Will dumbbell exercises help me with burpees or push-ups? I also get out of breath easily.
Let me see. Dumbbell exercises will help. What was it? With push-ups?
Burpees
With burpees and push-ups? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it will help if you're doing like chest workouts with the dumbbell. If you're doing like any kind of pressing, any flies with the dumbbell, it will help because you're using the same muscles to do those exercises that you would be using with push-ups and burpees. Using dumbbells probably not going to do too much for your stamina. So if you get out of breath easily, man, you got to take to cardio, bro, and you got to really just fall in love with it. And with dumbbells also, you're working the same muscles but in a different kind of way, so it will help a little bit, but probably nothing. I recommend to do it, but probably not gonna make that huge of a difference. You know what I mean? What we got? What's next?
How long do you rest?
Don't rest if you don't have to, period. Especially if you're doing calisthenics. I do a lot of calisthenics. If you don't have to rest, do not rest. Keep your muscles under tension. So if you're going to be working out for 30 minutes, man, I mean, you really want to just build your stamina up to where you can just be continuously moving, doing something for 30 minutes. So I guess the answer to that question is rest as least as possible. You know what I mean? Get to it, get after it, do supersets that don't involve the same muscles. You know what I mean? You might do like a set of push-ups and a set of, I don't know, squats or something. You know what I mean? Just so you're still moving, but you're not working out the chest. So your chest could be resting while your legs are working or something like that. But I try not to rest. That's my goal, is to just not rest at all. What you got?
Can you do upper chest video?
I can and I will do an upper chest video. I can and will do a calisthenics upper chest video. And I'll do one in the gym.
Do you prefer doing push-ups for chest instead of lifting weights? If so, why?
I prefer push-ups to benching, not lifting in general, but I prefer push-ups because I got big doing push-ups. I didn't get a huge ass chest doing bench press. So, and I'm not saying that you can't, because you absolutely can, but I like to stick with the shit that works for me and what has worked for me in the past. And I feel like it's mentally more taxing to have to do 1,000 push-ups than to go to the gym, and regardless of how heavy you lift, you know what I mean, you might leave out of the gym with 25 reps of bench at various different weights, but whatever. Doing 1,000 reps of something is way more mentally taxing, and I enjoy that part of it. That's why I enjoy calisthenics more so than working out in the gym. But that's a personal preference.
How did you put on 220 It says, how did you put on 220 of muscle? You were just 200 pounds, bro.
Bro, the program is to eat all the time. People ask me all the time, like, bro, how do you gain muscle? I'm a hard gainer and all that, bro. I eat and eat. And when I don't want to eat, I eat some more. I have an alarm on my phone that tells me when it's time to eat. I wake up in the morning and I eat. You know what I mean? And not just like eat everything. Don't just eat everything and anything. Eat the shit that your muscles need to thrive. You know what I'm saying? Focus on your macros. Don't just say, oh, I'm just going to eat until I get full. That's not the key, because your muscles, not everything is good for your muscles, man. You want to eat the shit that your muscles need to thrive. And eat as much as possible. Supplement after you eat. Don't use like protein shakes in place of meals. That's all gonna hurt your gains, bro. You want to eat as much as possible, and then when you like physically can't eat, then you want to take your supplements just to keep getting calories and protein and carbs in your body. Food is the key, bro. And then also you gotta, if you're eating like that, you obviously have to attack it in the gym. Intensity in the gym is going to get you big. So my whole thing is like with not resting, I'm gonna max out every set. If I'm doing calisthenics, I'm not even counting my reps, bro. I'm just gonna do it until I physically can't do it. I'm gonna stand up, count to 10 and do it again. You know what I'm saying? And do it again and do it again. I'm leaving the gym completely torn apart, bro. Completely drained. You know what I mean? I'm working out that hard. So if you're not working out that hard and making your body grow muscle, it's not going to grow muscle. And if you're not eating enough, you're not going to grow muscle.
What beach were you guys at?
I'm assuming that is about my last video, and we were at Coronado Beach in San Diego.
How much do you weigh now? Did you bulk up? Oh, you just answered that one, kind of.
Right now, I'm at about 215. I woke up this morning, I think I was at 215 after 8 hours of sleep. So if I weigh myself again tonight, I would probably be 220. I don't know. I don't get too caught up in the numbers though. I'm more interested in how I look. So when, like right now, I'm heavier than normal and I'm bigger than normal, but I look puffier, you know what I mean? And I still got a 6-pack and all that, but my muscles don't look as hard, you know what I mean? So when I get closer to 210, and if I sink under 210, I'm just like insanely ripped, and people assume that I weigh like 240. When I actually weigh 220, then it's like, oh, he's kind of big. How much do you weigh? And they usually can guess it accurately. Oh, you weigh 220. When I get to 210, though, people assume I'm way heavier than I am. So it's not really about the number on the scale. It's about how you make it look. What else we got?
Do you do any overhead pressing for shoulders?
No, I don't. I do not do any overhead pressing at all. I don't like overhead pressing. There's nothing wrong with overhead pressing. You can get good results with overhead pressing, but I do not like that at all. My shoulders don't like it. Like I said, I'm getting older, man. When I was young, I could do any and everything, but personally, I don't do that. So I'm going to be working the front of my delt anytime I'm pushing. And if I'm doing 1,000 push-ups, that's also 1,000 reps for the front delt. You know what I mean? Anytime I'm bench pressing, I'm working the front delt. So for me, there's no need to do any overhead pressing just because I'm pushing so much. And then, you know, you're going to get the 3D effect. You pulling and doing all that stuff for the rear delts. You should be working your shoulders completely, but nah, the answer is no overhead pressing for me.
Okay, and this one, how much damage does that do to your joints? So I'm assuming just working out.
I've had similar questions. I'm assuming that you're talking about high volume working out, like reps and shit. For me, it doesn't do a lot of damage to my body because when I'm working out, I'm doing everything with clean form. I'm doing everything slow and controlled. I'm not jerking. I'm not, trying to cheat the reps. I'm not going way too fast. That's the stuff that you need to do to protect your joints. If you're just like getting caught up in the number and you're doing baby push-ups and you're trying to like maximize how many push-ups you can do and you're not doing them correctly, especially with pulling up, that's 100% of your body weight, and you can really damage your shoulders not doing it right, not doing it slow and controlled. You know what I mean? So high volume opens you up to the possibility of more injuries, but it doesn't necessarily cause injuries. And when people say they have overuse injuries, that's usually not actually an injury. It's just kind of like ligament fatigue or something, and that usually goes away by itself with time. You know what I mean? I've had that before, where like we've already answered the question of the elbows. I was generally doing 1,000 push-ups a day for like 6 days a week, and I did that for probably 3 or 4 years. Yeah, every 3 or 4 months, bro, you're gonna be dealing with injuries like that. But you gotta think, man, if I'm working out 6 days a week, you know, doing 1,000 reps for 6 days a week, and it's taking me 3 months to start feeling overuse injuries, you're not really going to experience that out here. That's really prison shit. Nobody's working out with that kind of repetition out here. So I wouldn't worry about that.
How should I do workouts? What's a good split?
A good split is the split that you're going to actually stay consistent doing. You know, I can't give you a good split without knowing anything about your schedule, how you're eating and all that. What your goals are is going to tell me a lot about what kind of split you should have, what kind of physical limitations you have, how old you are, stuff like that. But if you're asking me about what I like, personally, I like push-pull legs. I like to hit everything twice a week. Push-pull legs gives me the opportunity to hit everything twice a week, and it gives me 1 rest day. So,
no carb diet. How does that affect your gains?
Let me see. So a no carb diet can affect your gains, and it also, I don't think it's going to affect your gains as much as people think. It will affect your energy levels, though. You need carbs to be able to have enough energy to put together a good workout. So when you cut your carbs, you're going to notice that you get fatigued a lot faster. You're just not going to have a lot of energy. But it's not going to really do much for your muscle gain. You might lose a little bit, but you know, your muscles need protein. So as long as you still giving your muscles enough protein, you know what I mean, you should be fine. I would never ever cut carbs completely out, but you know, if you cut your carbs, you will lose weight. Chances are you'll lose a lot of like puffy weight, water weight, stuff like that. You're not going to actually lose a lot of muscle from not doing carbs, from not eating carbs. But then again, the question goes to, why are you cutting carbs? If you're not a professional, then there's no benefit in cutting carbs, bro. You should be limiting the amount of carbs that you eat, and the kind of like, I don't know, man, limiting the bad carbs, eating the good carbs, that works. But man, I wouldn't really cut my carbs like that. All right, that's it. That's all the questions I have to be answered. If you got more questions, tap in, leave me comments, leave me questions. I'm answering them. Tap into my IG, GFit Active. Ask me questions in person. I'll give you direct answers on the spot. Always willing to talk. Always got advice. No charge. Tap in with me. That's it.